This is opening number 2, even though for you it's opening number 1. We just tried to spend the morning at Jay Cook State Park and a small little reservoir there and got completely busted. And it was too cold to really keep searching. So we are now at this gentleman, my friend Noble. We're now at his home lake where his cabin is, one of the Cotton area lakes here in northern Minnesota. And we're just going to sit and try to catch some panfish, hopefully a bass or two, and have a little bit of fun and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. We probably get 3.5 good hours of fishing in now.
Yeah, and it warmed right up. It's got to be at least 4 degrees.
Yeah, right?
5.
Yeah, I'll show an overlay. This morning it was minus 30, and I was showing that in my original opening. And now it's a balmy minus 5.
Yeah, right.
You know, 12:30 in the afternoon, and it's minus 5. Welcome to northern Minnesota, and welcome to another episode of The Ordinary Fisherman, which starts right now. This one?
Yeah.
And you got some of it?
Is it rolling?
It's rolling now.
Yeah, it was, I think I got it.
Well, I'm sorry I stepped out.
No, that's right.
That's almost a monster. Like, that's big.
I mean, that's a sizable.
All right, people, rough estimate. Oh, I'm going to give it 19. That's more than 19, but we'll be generous and conservatively generous and give it 19.
Yeah.
Nice. You know, in the spring, when it's getting ready to spawn, if that's a female, I can't never tell. That's a 4 or 5 pounder all day long.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Right?
Man! I'm sorry I missed
They're
it.
in there. Here, I'll send it to you.
You must have,
I'll send it to you. Oh, there's another one.
No, that's me.
That's you? I may have
you
gotten...
wrapped around me, so why don't you... Yeah, there you go. That tends to happen with those bigger fish.
Yeah.
Darn it. And I didn't find my spikes either. That's what I got out to do, was to find my spikes. So I think I might have just lost them.
No. We're good. All right. I'm going to send them back. Unless you want to keep them.
No. No, that deserves to go back. But that's the kind of bass we've got in this lake.
Yeah.
Purdy. Well done. You jigged it in and everything, huh?
Yeah. I marked it and I was like, oh, that's a
good mark.
Wham!
You called him in.
I did.
You got that, I don't know what to call them, slappers. We'll call them, I don't know what they're really called.
These guys?
Yeah.
Well, this is actually a, it's called a crappie talker.
Oh yeah, talker. That's what
Crappie talker, but
there's
then...
perch talkers and...
Yep, actually, no, you're right. This is, crappie talker, and then I threw on a little yellow tag from Swedish Pimple.
Yep, nice. And then you tipped it with a minnow head, right?
It actually had a full minnow.
Oh, full minnow on it. Oh, look at you. You're fishing for the big fish. You ain't fishing for the crappies in here.
Yeah, I figured the big crappies want the big minnows.
Well, this lake isn't really known for big crappies.
No.
Sorry to say. Oh man, it's hard to believe that it's still minus 5 outside right now, though.
There's a big difference from this morning, and there not being any wind was a huge plus for us.
Right. Well, I mean, just being in here too with the heater now is making it feel like the winter isn't so bad.
I gotta say, I was a little... When I saw it was like minus 29. This could be a little bit on the harsh side.
I was already up and going, so you just go. But I'm like, well, it couldn't have been another morning that he suggested us go fishing. The first morning of the year we've seen minus 30, at least at our house, is the morning we decide to go fishing.
Which makes us true Minnesotans.
Sure. Okay. But when we finally get set up and sit in the warm ice house, it's not so bad. Please be a bass. this.
Woo! Look at that.
Holy crap. That's bigger than yours.
That's pretty
We'll
cool.
measure it. But he feels bad. He's good. Look at that. Tell you what. I have to show it because not everyone believes what we use and catch these bass on because they're such small lures. This little guy right here, just a little tungsten head, probably 32nd ounce, tipped with the tail. You get that waving in their face, and they can't help themselves. We're gonna measure it.
Doesn't even.
So yours
fit
was
in the
19.
stream. Yeah.
Right? And we're not gonna be perfect, of course.
Oh, that's right in there.
Yours is gonna be a tick bigger. 18 and a half.
Good looking fish.
18 and a half.
Betty. Right.
Holy smokers.
Wow, potbelly. That is a potbelly bass.
Mwah. Definitely deserves a kiss. Thank you. Oh my goodness.
Shabby.
This lake has got some good bass in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. There he goes.
Piglets.
We were talking and he came in and just smacked it. I didn't even have a chance to see the line.
It's interesting too because that's such a small lure. You'd think he'd be hitting
That
bigger.
lure right there is my #1 bass catching lure.
Really?
Yeah.
I
When
gotta
I'm
pick
out-
some of those up.
When I'm out in areas that have bass, they come in and smack it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're great with panfish too. It's not. I didn't get them for bass originally. I got them for the panfish. It is a power bait. What are they? They are power bait swordtail. And I have the white on there, and you can get them in red and black. And woo! Well, I mean, not hot and heavy anything else, but 2 big bass. I mean,
It's fishing.
okay.
All
And
right.
good conversation, good company.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fishing's all about.
Yeah. That's why your drag needs to be set well. And that's another reason why I love these inline reels.
Yeah.
Because the drag on them is smoother. I only got them initially because it gets the twist out of the line. But I feel like overall they're just a better performing reel than the open face reels. So I've got them on all my jigging stuff. All the inline reels are on all my jigging rods. This is the Eagle Claw. I don't know the name of the inline reel, but it's their baseline. And I just helped a friend shop the other day, and he bought one, and it was $29, $30.
Oh, nice.
So that's not very expensive because when you look at inline reels, they're 50 up usually. So for ordinary fishermen like us, you don't have to spend a lot of money for those inline reels. I like them. Good. All right, let's catch some more. Yeah, we spent the first half of the morning trying to do our plan A, which was going to be, this whole video was supposed to be exploring a new lake. I was going to try to even do some overlays and show like a game plan of how I do A, B, and C. And we kind of went through a little progression like that too on the lake, but we didn't graph anything. And it was, I think by the time we left, it was -8-ish. It was still cold. So I think you could have probably hung out a lot longer, but I was ready to get inside and get warm.
That was the longest I've been on the ice, not in a house,
Oh, really?
all season.
And we picked the coldest
Right.
morning to do it?
I was actually impressed that we got as much fishing done
Yeah.
as we did.
It was more than I expected, but the sun was out and it wasn't as windy as I thought it would be, and so it's bearable when you're moving. But it was still cold. My toes were starting to feel it. So we're on Plan B, and Plan B has been slow this afternoon, but we're in the last hour here where we can hang out and maybe catch a little flurry of the late afternoon bite. So, and we've had those 2 bass, those 2 big bass. And big bass.
Yeah.
Like, any bass fisherman I know would be happy with a 19 incher. I'm gonna mark there.
And yeah.
Oh, that might be a crappie.
National effect. Good pull.
There you go.
Hey.
Finally get one of the crappies here. One of the smaller ones, but on that same jig I caught that big bass on.
Sweet.
I don't know, do you show something like that off? It's about, I'll say it's 7 inches. I'm not even gonna measure it. We're gonna call it 7. We'll get a nice little flurry the last hour here, maybe.
Yeah. Bring him in.
Maybe you want to make an episode out of this yet?
I've got it right. Come on, buddy.
You got another mark? We are owed fish for how hard we worked this morning in the cold. I felt it. I don't know about you. You're in better shape than I am. Do you have it? I think you got it. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
I think you do. Is it a little perch?
Oh, it's a little bluegill.
Is it? The way you set the hook made it look like it was going to be another 5-pound bass.
It was a sensitive bite. You know the Walters? When those Walters come in and they just barely
We're not. You know it's not a walleye.
There are walleye in this lake. Big ones.
Yeah, well,
Not many.
I've never caught one in this lake.
It's
So.
pretty.
Oh, that's
It's
actually a
got
good bluegill.
Purple.
Let me see that quick. This is.
It's a gorgeous color.
It's not a monster, right? So we're looking at. If you watch my other video, you know how I measure. I use my finger, so almost 8.5. Would call it an 8. I don't catch bluegills this big in this lake. Why don't I take a picture of you with that one? I gotta put something on my social media.
Yeah.
I don't get my phone here.
He's huge.
Well, he looks huge when you hold him like that, but that's fine. All right, perfect. It was funny. I'm sorry.
I set the hook like I mean it.
You did set the hook like you meant it.
You should see it.
You even stood up. You went.
You should see me in like a 12 or 14 foot boat.
Yeah, the whole boat tips over.
Not quite, but I'm pretty good at balancing.
Yeah, well, I
do
actually
a lot of
would have to
standing.
watch myself in a canoe with you, setting the hook.
I'm quite athletic balance-wise.
And the lures,
I
too.
do standing quite a bit, yeah.
So, if I ever take you topwatering, I'm going to keep an eye on you,
Honestly,
because you're going to try to set the hook, and you're going to go, oh, and that lure's going to fly straight back at me.
That was textbook right there. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm genuinely laughing. That was, to me, was really funny.
I feel pretty good about it.
That's right. Hey.
Didn't get away.
It made smiles all the way around. I don't know what this is going to be, but it's a good mark.
Nice.
It's probably a crappie, but it's
Yeah.
a
Buddy.
little bit bigger than the last one.
I think that's what I've been marking, and they're just like, I keep getting.
They're starting to fly in now, though. Like, that's the definite difference that's going on here. They're definitely liking the lower light and the shallower water. This 10, 11 feet of water. They like this tail being swayed in their face.
Yeah.
You still have a mark there, don't you?
Oh, they're just hanging out by it. That's nice.
Your lure is their comfort lure.
Yeah.
They just feel comfortable around that lure. With me, they want to eat me.
Just hovering. You got one?
Yes. is one of the biggest crappies I've ever caught on this lake.
That's not bad looking. And I've got a mark down there. Come on.
I saw that mark and I'm like, before we pack up. I mean, this isn't a huge crappie, but it's approaching 10 inches. This lake is just not a lake that produces huge crappies.
I guess the big ones are getting eaten up.
Really? You think that's what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't feel like this gets that kind of pressure. Do you think this lake gets that kind of pressure?
There's something going on in the bottom.
Yeah.
There is something.
Yeah. Came in and smacked it. There's another mark down there. Do I go for it? Oh, there's 2 marks down there.
It is time.
Oh, jeez, here he comes. He's flying up. Boom! It's another one of those bigger crappies. Ah! Ooh, it's more on that other one, but... What the Sam Hill, dude? Where were you an hour ago?
Right? Oh, you got my minnow. Gotta put it away. Unless we don't.
But there's another mark down there.
Timing.
Did you? Not that it's a big one or not, but still, you know, like, makes you want to hang out here a little bit longer. Did you throw it back in? Look at that.
Boom. You just got into the mini patch.
Ah, you. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
Sharks with me.
I mean, come on, man. We already did a closing video, but I'm going to do another closing video. Right? Because we had a nice little flurry.
Yeah.
And so we're going to call it a night. Thanks for joining us. It's one of those days where it's so cold, we ended up just settling on a spot because it was too cold to keep drilling holes and trying to find fish on our plan A this morning. That didn't work out.
That was a bite.
Yeah, well, and now the fish aren't going to let us go. But for the video's sake, we need to call it. The light's waning, and my dad is waiting. My dad wants to watch the Daytona race, so I got to get going to get that set up for him. So thanks for joining us. When you get out fishing, be sure to take a kid with you and help them enjoy the great resources that you have at your fingertips. There's always a fish biting somewhere. Get out and find them. The equipment you have is almost always enough. Thanks for joining us in this adventure on a cold, cold day, and we'll catch you on another episode. God bless everybody, and tight lines.
All right.
That's a better ending.